me. I speak Edinburgh. I'll translate for you.
Oh, well, more Angus speaks Edinburgh and she'll be able to translate for us. Now, what did he say?
Ach, why have you run off with my tavern girl in Keekaleen? You've all made me very sore.
Ach, why have you run off with my tavern girl in Cook Eileen? You've all made me very sore.
Why have you run off with me tavern girl in Cook Eileen? You've all made me very sore.
Our apologies, but we need her to be mayor.
And I need her to prepare food for tonight's celebration. I'm going to have some very disappointed people in my tavern. I would not want disappointed people.
Ah, but I need you to prepare food for tonight's celebration. We're going to have some very disappointed people in our tavern, and we do not want disappointed people.
Ah, but we needed to prepare food.
See, you like your little cry, and you do not want to see that. Rivers of milk as deep as the Thames and twice as thick. Look out for the undertow. They're off scaring me.
Indeed. You can take our beer, but you'll never take our whiskey.
Get back to your right, Stephen Gitz.
Nuzzled in their raging spin, strung him up with naughty bits and elbows. And Daniel thought that Bernie's earned to die. We'll make him pay.
We'll make him pay.
Anybody see my cock? What do you do with a drunken barmaid? What do you do with a drunken barmaid? What do you do with a drunken barmaid? I in the morning, waiting and trying, waiting and trying.
I believe the nautical term is poop deck.
Sorry the day I was married, and sorry the day I was wed. And it's so if I only had tarried when I to the altar was led. A young lass was I, and I was bonny, had silks and bright jewels to wear, and red were my cheeks as a berry, and me heart it was free from all care. Sorry the day I was married, and sorry the day I was wed. And it's so if I only had tarried when I to the altar was led. Silks now I've none for me wearing, the jewels have all gone away, and surely this life there's no bearing. I'm pale as a primrose today. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Darien DeVries. I'm auditioning for the Clown Conservatory in San Francisco. As you have seen from the footage I have before this, while I do not have a solo performance piece, I do have a lot of ensemble work, and I hope that you can see what I'm capable from that. So I got the questions here that you wanted me to answer, and I will do my best to do that. First question, why are you interested in the Clown Conservatory? I'm interested in the Clown Conservatory because I have done years of improvisational theater. I am a singer, I am a fiddler, I have background from childhood in dance, I've taken martial arts, I learned along the way how to eat fire. Unfortunately, I cannot find my torches or my fuel at this point, which is kind of embarrassing, but hopefully you can bear with me and I can find them in time maybe for a live audition. I've learned some basic juggling. I want to be able to take these skills and put them to use. For a long time now, I've done a lot of performing part-time. It is my wish to make it my full-time work, to make it my life's work and to really focus it, and I believe that your conservatory can help me do that with the amount of class hours that are there combined with the emphasis you have on putting together all of these projects to rehearse and to perform and to work together in groups and to work on establishing the clown language is something that's of great interest to me, and I think that you can help me achieve my career goals, which would be the next question here is my career goals is to be a strong solo performer and in being a strong solo performer to be able to give back to an ensemble and be a strong link in the chain, if you will. I've always admired Cirque du Soleil. I love watching what different clowns do. They create not just laughter, not just entertainment, but just real human emotion through the simplest of their actions. And so I wish to do this myself and to make a career out of being a clown. And as you've read in my letter of interest, one of the things that happened to me that sparked that interest was doing a stilt-walking gig as a clown, to be able to put on that persona and just the effect that I had, even just being on stilts and looking the part was phenomenal, and I want to take that further. Interests that I have outside of performing. I like to read, I like to spend time with my friends, I like to crochet. I actually have some really lovely hats that I make, which I'll go and put on in a minute, I suppose, and scarves and wristies that I like to make for my friends. Some of them I'll sell a little bit on the side just to make up for cost of yarn. And what else do I wrote down things I like to do in case I got nervous on the camera. So spending time with friends. I like sleeping, hiking. I like outdoors. I actually spent 5 years working in a camping store, and I love preparing people for the outdoors and to help them dress and to get the right equipment and the gear, and kind of a geek about that. I love Star Trek, especially The Next Generation, and MacGyver, which the next natural step for me was Stargate. Any life experiences that would be valuable. I've had lots of life experiences that are very valuable. One would be moving from New Jersey to California and having to learn how to live all by myself after being sheltered even through college. I think that within the first year of moving out here, I've learned quite a lot. Other life experiences would be heartbreak. That's always a good teacher. Having to learn that someone that you care about is not as into you as you are into them, and whether you have to end that or they end it with you teaches you a lot of emotionally, mentally, and physically, what you can and cannot do. Having worked at various Renaissance fairs throughout the country to learn what audiences are receptive to on one coast versus another, to make new friends, to adjust to new places. Languages other than English, unless you count Pig Latin, that would be no. However, I did learn quite a bit of Spanish, and I have a feeling that if actually being surrounded by enough Spanish people who are helping me learn it again, I could probably learn it. I have sung in Latin and Italian and French and German. I'm not really sure that counts though. My age, well, I'd like to think that I'm ageless. I'm in my late 20s. I believe that when I spoke to Peggy that the reason for this question was to find out where we were in life. So I've been out of school for a few years. I've managed to work a day job for a long time and learn a lot about myself and what it is that I really should be doing, and performing, as I've decided, is what I should be doing, and I'm ready to commit to that fully now, which is a brilliant place to be in life. Medical history. I've never had any major accidents. I've never broken a bone, a couple little car accidents, just some neck injury. Other injuries that I've had would include synovitis, which was mostly through high school, which was pretty much being lazy in the summer and then going back to gym class and finding that your hip hurts and your knee hurts. I sometimes need to stretch out my hips and knees and take care of those, but for the most part, I'm very healthy. I'm able to do martial arts and tap dancing and all sorts of things. I'm not currently on any medication. Very so often I'll take ibuprofen as needed, but that's about it. Great experience that I've had with a teacher or educational institute. That would be my high school drama teacher. He gave me my first opportunity with a play that he did called Daisy Glaze. He wrote it, and no one had really given me... I'd done some community theater, but as a kid, and I had a speech impediment, and it was only recently before this play Daisy Glaze that I got over that speech impediment, and I was still quite shy, but whatever I had on my audition really showed him that I had great potential, which I think has actually been my strength when I've done a lot of things, because my auditions aren't always stellar, but I must show great potential. But he took a chance on me and put me as one of the leads in the play, and it really was a growth experience. And from there on out, I was just on stage in every single show and was able to really blossom and show what I can do. And you have those dreams of when you're going to be winning the Oscars and who you're going to thank in your speech, and it's definitely going to be Mr. Parada, because he really let me get out there and shine, and I will always appreciate him for that. Horrible experience with an educational institute would probably be, not to badmouth my current employer, but my experience with career colleges. I've been working in career development for the last 5 years, and while I love helping my students, get their materials together and educating them on what they need to do to get their job in the field, it's been a really harrowing experience having to reduce them to a number, having to do reports where someone says, well, why isn't so-and-so in a job? And I'm like, well, they're not calling back. I don't know what else to do to motivate them. I can't force someone to choose to want to go into their field of study. And to have to say, well, we need to be at 80% and we need to be at 90% it's not me. I don't want to turn my students into numbers. I want them to be people, and I want their experience and their path to be honored in that way. So that would be my horrible experience, and it's really kind of making me unhappy to have to do that. I think I've answered all of the questions. Hopefully I've given you what you're looking for, and if you have any further questions, please by all means contact me. I would love to be in touch with you further because I'm very interested in your school, and I'm positive that I would make a great impact, and I think that I would fit in very well there and have a lot to learn, and you get to see me with my great potential grow from working with you. Thank you very much. I don't know, what do you think? I feel like Mr. Rogers.